Hi everyone and welcome to week 7 of Make a Change. It's Sam here. So this week we are looking at alcohol consumption and the role that alcohol has to play within your lifestyle and the different effects that it can have. Now this is a particular area which can be quite tricky and there's a lot of different factors that can be slightly misleading or a little bit confusing. So we will give you a brief overview of alcohol in relation to your lifestyle and the effects that it can have. We would again really encourage you to look at your supporting information. There will be a lot of in-depth descriptions of units, calories within units, why there's calories in alcohol, and additional tips to what I'm going to give you just now that can reduce your alcohol intake for you when you're watching your calories or when you're looking to have a particular goal such as weight loss. So first up then, what we know is that the NHS recommends that men and women should not consume more than 14 units of alcohol per week. So, for example, 6 pints of kind of an average strength beer is 14 units, and there's also 14 units in 10 small glasses of low strength wine. So, roughly that's quite a good guide for people who either consume beer or either consume wine. So you can kind of understand where you might be at with your alcohol consumption in relation to your units per week, based on either being 14 units equals 6 pints of average strength beer or 14 units equals 10 small glasses of low strength wine. So this can then get a little bit confusing because if you, for example, are at home, you might pour your alcohol quite freely. Also when you go into restaurants and pubs and etc., it might be hard to track the amount of units that you're consuming. So again, within the supporting information, there's a lot of information within that can allow you to track your units based on some standard measures. But it's really easy to get confused with your units, particularly because alcohol is served in a variety of ways, which we know. So for example, we've got a glass like this, and we've also got a glass like this. So the units in alcohol is both the size of the drink and the strength of the alcohol. So it's important to remember because as you can see, these glasses are different, but they might be served wine might be served in either or, so it's important to know. As well, if you're consuming alcoholic drinks such as vodka and things like that, we know that, or gin, we know in restaurants and bars again, they could be sometimes served in quite a small glass such as this, or they can be served in a taller glass like this. So it's important to understand your units of alcohol, but also how they can differ, especially as well if you're free pouring at home, to get a standardised measure of how many units you're consuming within your alcohol per week. So we know that within alcohol, liquid calorie definitely exists. So if you do have weight loss as a particular goal, and that's one of the reasons why you signed up for Make a Change, and you do consume alcohol, then this should be an important area that you should take into consideration, as well as, for example, diet and physical activity. So we do know that a 170ml glass of 12% wine equals 133 calories. So roughly that equates to, for example, 3 Jaffa cakes. Also, a pint of 5% beer, that equals 239 calories. So that's a standard Mars bar. And finally, for anyone who consumes alcohol such as Alcopops, these are also very high in calories. So a kind of standard 330ml Alcopop is has 172 calories, so that's similar to two chocolate digestive biscuits. So we can see that even though it's alcohol and even though it's liquid or a drink, and we need to also bear in mind that the calories within these drinks is quite large, and if that is something that you're considering with your caloric intake and weight loss is as we stated a goal of yours, then it's good to know where you're at. So how can we then avoid weight gain if you do enjoy and you do have alcohol throughout the week, or not, maybe not as frequent, but it's still something you consume. So the first kind of key fact is, anyway, we shouldn't be consuming any more than 14 units a week. So have a think about how many units you are consuming a week. If it's more than 14, have a look at the support information that we've sent you over, and there's great tips to cut this down, but it's 14 and no more. So also drink at your own pace. So I know a lot of people might not be going out at the moment under the circumstances that we're faced with, but we do know, for example, if you drink in rounds, you're actually more likely to drink more than what you actually intended to do. So simply just drink at your own pace is also a good tip. Finally, another tip is avoid what's kind of sometimes termed as binge drinking. So whilst you're supposed to not drink any more than 14 units a week, the NHS definitely recommends that you don't kind of save up all of your units for the weekend and then splurge. So if you are consuming alcohol, try and kind of space it out throughout the week as well. As I've stated, there are a lot more tips available in the support information about how you can cut down your alcohol consumption, definitely in consideration in relation to weight gain. So that's another area that we definitely recommend that you look at. So so we know weight loss is a benefit that you could see if you do cut your alcohol consumption down. But we actually know that there are a host of other benefits that you will see if you're maybe drinking a little bit over the recommended units at the moment. So one of the long-term health benefits is that you would see an improved mood, and you would also see improvements in your sleep. So hopefully within this session, we can see that we're kind of going full circle again. So we know that drinking includes a lot of calories, so it can put on weight, as well as diet and how physical activity can counteract that. And then if you are managing your alcohol consumption appropriately and you're not drinking over the recommended units a week, then you will see an improvement also in your sleep. So we can see that within the sessions that we're delivering for Make a Change, they are all quite interrelated. So you can see improvements if you do one or the other, which is good, and hopefully will get you to where your overall goal was before you started Make a Change. So alcohol consumption is definitely one of those key factors and should be viewed as relatively important when you're looking to enhance your overall lifestyle. Also, if you're managing your alcohol consumption appropriately and you're not consuming over the 14 units per week, you can also see some health-related kind of preventative measures. So in relation to your heart health, but also in relation to your immune system. So we should be taking this quite seriously when we're looking to kind of manage our lifestyle and improve our lifestyle, and we hope that you can see that this is an area that is very important within the Make a Change programme. So you will have a few goals to set in relation to this area, in relation to this session. If you don't drink alcohol at all, that's completely fine. You could either bring some goals forward that you made earlier and Make a Change and improve upon those, or see where you're at, or if you're not drinking over the recommended amount, again, if this is something though that's still important to you and you maybe feel like you would like to still reduce your alcohol consumption, then go ahead. But again, if it's something that you feel like you'd maybe like to make a change in relation to something else, then please feel free. This programme is completely tailored to each individual, so we encourage people to think about their circumstances and apply the information that we provide to their life. So there's no kind of right or wrong way for you to take on the information we give you and use it as how you see fit. Again, we really encourage you to get in touch with us if anything isn't completely clear, or you would require a little bit more information around certain areas. Definitely do have a look at your supporting information as well, but again, if that information that you're specifically looking for isn't there, then we really do encourage you to get in touch. Also, you can refer to the Make a Change Facebook page, which again we really encourage you to use. Add on any tips, comments, suggestions for people who might also be looking for something, and you might actually have some useful information to provide as well. So that's it for us today for our alcohol session. We hope it has been relatively interesting for you and has put the alcohol consumption into healthy lifestyles with some clarity. It's provided you with some clarity. And again, if you have any more any questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch. Thanks. Bye.